Well, good morning and welcome back to the channel. We are at Digstock 11. This is day 2 actually. Unfortunately, I had an SD card error on my GoPro, so I don't think I'm gonna have any of the footage from day 1, which honestly wasn't a lot. We had kind of a rough day. We did find a few things, so I will include later shot video and stuff on those. But we found a home site that was not on the map they provided us for Digstock. So we're up here checking it out, and I just found that. I believe it's a Ford, maybe like a Model T center cap or something. It's gonna have some numbers on the bottom there. I did kind of hit the edge of it. It is pretty brittle because it was down in the mud there quite a bit, but that's a really good sign. Don't know how old this place is. It was on the map from 1955, so the shape of the house looked like it may have been 1800s-ish style, kind of an L-shaped. Had a few other buildings with it. Pretty grown up in most of the places, but around these trees here seems pretty clear, so I'm going to try to focus up there. All right, let's see what we get. Okay, so I'm not far from where I just found that Model T hubcap. I think I might have a button. I thought it was going to be like a what's left of a shotgun head stamp, but I flip it over and it doesn't really look like it. It's kind of too thin. Maybe I don't see any holes, so maybe it's like some kind of two-hole button or something. All right, it is indeed a button. It's going to have some writing around the edge. I can't quite make out what it says. It's going to have to dry, and I'll try to toothpick it. Yeah. But I don't suspect it's terribly old. It's kind of a weird metal. It's not brass or anything. It's pretty light, maybe aluminum. So maybe early 1900s. Still, I'm going to take it. This is better than the way we started the day yesterday. So it's a good sign. Okay, so we've changed locations. We're at a home site that was listed as 1874 on the map, and I got a little focus, little tiny button. Gave up like a 7 to 8, 9 signal on the Equinox, and it was saying it was like 8 inches down. It was actually only about 4 or 5, just because it was so tiny. It's giving a weak signal, but excellent sign. We're going to see what else is here. All right, in the same field, and I just popped Tomback button. Looks like it was probably already partially broken, and then I broke another little piece off of it, getting it out of there. But I always love to find it. It's a good sign. I'm gonna make sure there's not any more fragments down in there. Vent organizers over there on a 4-wheeler. Talking to a couple guys looking in a hole. They might have something good over there. I'll have to see. Maybe a gold coin or something cool. And I'll show you the finds box. This is pretty much everything I've found in the past day and a half. And I found another little button out here. Silver washed little cuff button. It's nice. Yeah. I'm gonna see what's going on over there and see what else we can find. So I just found that Tomback button right up in there, and now I just pulled this beautiful, like a open work piece of buckle frame or something. No, I don't. Oh, that is a keyhole. to something off of some kind of little box or something maybe. There's the nail hole in the bottom and there's the keyhole. That's awesome. I thought this was an intricate little buckle frame piece or something, but no, I just saw the keyhole. That's really nice. This and the tomback button over there making me think there's 1874 map houses over there. There may have been a starter home 1700 something over in here, so we're gonna keep searching around and hopefully come up with some nice colonial stuff. We've wandered up into the woods here. We talked to a guy just a few minutes ago who came out of the woods and said that there's a really old graveyard back in here somewhere with like 50 graves in it, 1830s, some of them, and some of them are even just rocks they've picked up out of the ground and carved names into. So, and he also said there were some guys in here digging flat buttons. So just kind of walking in here trying to see if I can find the graveyard. Got a kind of a bad like 16, 17 signal, and when it was right in the plug I thought, well, it's going to be a, you know, a modern shotgun casing or a little piece of foil or something, but no, it's another tiny little button. Might even have something on it. I can't really tell, or if that's just corrosion. So I'm not going to mess with it, let it dry off a little bit and clean it up later. But it's a great sign. Let's see what else is out here. Still working kind of back towards the graveyard. I believe it's back there, just over the little crest. And got a little 1819 signal. I was hoping for an Indian head. I'll take that too. It is a rains guide. Got a little bit of a design on it. A little bent, but that's going to clean up nicely. Not quite a good green patina on it because it's in this pine forest and all the sap and everything, but nice relic. There's definitely more out here, and some coins too. So just kind of making my way towards that graveyard and hit a bit of iron in here, so I'm just kind of working through it. And I got kind of it's a really bad signal, like 6 to 8, 10. It's really jumpy. There's a lot of iron in here with it, but I figured it was clear enough that I'd be able to, you know, get it out of there. And sure enough, check that out. That's another little tiny button. But here's the kicker. I've only ever seen one of these found. I'm sure they're found all the time, but I've only ever watched on YouTube one guy find it. And that was Greg with Finding America. And unless I'm wrong, this is a little glass motif button. I don't know how well that's going to focus. This is like a clear glass or something, and there's a motif of a woman or something in there. I'm going to have to try to clean it up. Some water maybe. It's really not coming through well, but I believe that's what it is. If so, I'm stoked. It's kind of been on my bucket list for a long time because I've only seen one. I was like, man, that's really cool. And here we are. So we're going to see what else is out here. Hopefully some more bucket listers. I just know there's an old coin out here somewhere. One of us has got to find it. My buddy Aaron is over here somewhere. My brother's down there. So it's going to happen. I can feel it. So it turns out I was wrong, but that's okay, because it turns out this is actually a cufflink. Still, I guess, sort of a motif style. As you can see, in there is 2 hearts below a crown. Trying to get it to focus better. And I think there's other smaller crowns on each side, and there's something at the bottom. Unless that's just some kind of impurity. So it turns out, after some research and talking to some other hobbyists and history buffs, this design was originally commissioned for the wedding of King Charles II to Catherine of Braganza in May, I think it was May 21st, 1662. According to those same people, the style of this cufflink lines up with late 1600s to mid to late 1700s. I don't believe this was made for the wedding because I've not been able to find another example of a cufflink or a button exactly like this anywhere in any of my books or online anywhere. It doesn't exist. So I'm thinking this was maybe a later production because I read that this design with the crowned hearts was used for a time afterwards as just a general symbol of marriage. Still very cool. The last thing I expected to find up in North Carolina was some royal wedding jewelry from the 1700s or so. Very cool. And definitely one of the coolest and most interesting and unexpected things I've ever found. It's another reason I love this hobby and another reason I love Digstock so much, because you can find all kinds of awesome stuff like this. And you can even win a case like this. That's where I got this one at. So yeah, I'll post some other pictures and examples of other styles of buttons so you can see what I'm talking about. But yeah, back to the show. So I finally made it near the graveyard. You can see, so there's one of the stones right there, and maybe one there, one there. So kind of stopping like right here because I'm not going to detect in the graveyard, of course. Had a really deep, like weak 10 to 12 signal. Got another first, the collar stud. So back in the day when guys used to wear paper collars, this is what held them together. I like to think somebody was come visit a relative wearing their best and lost it, or maybe even a preacher lost his stud out here. It's pretty cool. I'll get some close-ups of these stones. I want to check out some names and dates and all that, and probably get some lunch. Yeah, check out this headstone. It's got something carved in it. I can't quite make out what it is. Let's see, an R or an A, M. Pretty wild. Probably pretty old. Wife of Haywood Sutton died April 4, 1911, age 49 years. Came to rest. Cherry. My brother just said there's some unmarked ones back there. I don't think so. Unless it's on the other side. You got something? Say what? Yeah, he's got something, he says. Oh wow, that is super old. That might even be 1700s. MAY maybe. Let's see what Aaron has. Huh? I found a collar stud back over that way. I was checking out the grade. Yeah.
It's heavier than metal.
That's lead. I think it's a fire bullet. Because it's a round base. I just don't know. I've never seen a base with all those holes in it. But I'm pretty sure it's a fired smash bullet. Could be Civil War. I don't know. I mean, maybe. It's a weird symbol for a bale seal. But it could be.
A what?
A bale seal. So like goods would come in a bale of cloth wrapped up with string and rope tied around it. And that's how they sealed the string.
Would they use lead for that?
They usually stamp it.
Yeah. They would stamp it with like an initial or a company name or what good it was, something like that. Found some more gravestones. They're kind of scattered all over the place here because the ones I was just showing you were back over there. We got them here, and they're like perfectly spaced out in rows. And we found this one, Eaton, and it looks like 1876, maybe on the bottom right. And unfortunately, yeah. So I'm gonna try my best to. Our machines are back over there. I'm gonna try my best to stay out of the graves area, but unfortunately, it seems like they're all over the place. But yeah, I'm gonna do a lunch break here and get back at it. Okay, we have changed locations to another field with a home site in it from also around 1870s, and found an iron patch. Started sorting through it, and I've only been here like 5 minutes. Got a weedy, nice green one. Looks to me like a 1912, 1918, something like that. Nice early one. That means there's silver here somewhere. Okay, so it's been a minute, and by that I mean an hour or so, since I found that weedy up there somewhere. And I finally found something else. Little button. I don't think it's going to be super old, but it says the flyer on it, which is pretty cool. I'm assuming it's some kind of like a overall button or jean jacket button, something like that. Maybe 30s, 50s. I don't know if the center's just missing or what. That's pretty cool. It's not in bad condition either. So we got about an hour of time left. We gotta be off the field at 5:30. So we're gonna keep working through this iron patch and hopefully come up with something else. So we're out here with an audience. Cows are checking us out. Dad's got a cool little spill here going on. Pocket watch, plate, a gear. Yeah. And something else.
There's something else here. I'm trying to put my hands on it.
Okay, well it is after lunch on day 3. Been a very slow morning thus far. Haven't really found much. I will show you what I have found. But I finally got something old. It's a broken little tomback, I believe. A little rusty on the back, which is weird. But that should be what that is. I don't believe I broke it. I think it was broken in the ground. So I'm going to try to clean it up and keep on moving. Don't know how much more we're going to find. Just up here, kind of a random field, just seeing what we can get with the last few hours we have left. So here's what I have so far today. Slim pickings, as you can see. Really don't know what this is. I don't know if it's anything old. It seems to be plated or maybe in stainless. Fitting off of something probably more modern. Another one of those cut lead bullets. And a King overalls button. Pretty neat. It's going to clean up pretty nice. Alright, so that was it for Digstock 11. I'm going to go ahead and do kind of a wrap up. This is obviously not everything I just found at 11. This is actually everything good that I've found from the previous Digstocks I've been to. Point out some of the things in here that I found from 11. There's the keyhole little plate. I believe this is a drawer pull. I thought it was a big button at first, but I think it's too big for a shank on the back of it. There's the good weedy. It's the broken tomback. The smaller tomback, I was able to get a good bit of the rust off of it. Still not sure why it was rusted. Never seen a shank rust like that bad on one of these, but pretty interesting. These 3 buttons here I dug up. This is the silver washed. Still got pretty good plating on there. A little bit of a back mark, but I wasn't able to make it out. Only a couple of letters, but still neat. It's a nice button. And collar stud. This found on day 1. I believe it's some kind of a little brooch or a pin, hairpin or something. Maybe just a clothespin. Pretty cool. This little aluminum button, don't really know what it says. Hard to make out. There's the flyer button. I think it's up off a pair of overalls. The star of the show is right here. You can actually see it pretty well now that I've got it cleaned up, and I used some Renaissance wax on it. Kind of clear the front up. That's 2 hearts below a crown, and a couple of symbols off on each side. Don't really know what those are. Maybe smaller crowns. Some on the bottom there too. Nothing on the back, no maker's mark or anything. Shank's intact. Still pretty crazy to find this out there. Very cool. One of the coolest things I've ever found. And perfect example of why this hobby's so awesome. You really don't know what you're going to find. And here's some other odds and ends. This is I think it's a Model T center cap. This is a mystery Ford piece. A little bit curved. I have no idea what it could have been. Any of you car people, if you got an idea, chime in. Be interested to see what that was. I found it near that, so I'm assuming it's probably off a Model T as well. But yeah, and here's the 1800s, the Victorian lock plate, lock face. I'm going to electrolysis that and get it preserved. This is what's left of a little hair comb, a metal hair comb. Got a few of the tines are bent up on there. Not much lead, 2 little round balls. I have no idea what these are. I found 4 of them kind of like in a little couple of foot radius, and then found another one a day later somewhere else. The only thing I can think of is some kind of strap or saddle adornments or something off a horse. Kind of weird they would use lead for that, but I don't know. And it's like a gas valve or something. Kind of neat. Yeah, that is it. Sorry, that is not it. Found this. I believe this is a back plate for these reins guide or saddle strap guides. Sorry,
And there's that one that I found on day 2 there. So we got some really good permissions coming up. A couple of Civil War related ones. Hopefully we'll find some good stuff on those and get another video out here soon. I'm going to put a video up together on my electrolysis process and all that. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.